Welcome back to the Loading Up Podcast. I'm your host, Brother Zay. Tonight we have with us Producer J.
What's up? How's it going?
What's going on, man? Before we get into anything, let's start by saying thank you for listening. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's free, helps us out. Also, support our sponsors, W Energy Drink. The links are down in the description below. Use code LUP for W at the checkout to get 10% off. Click those links for NordVPN to protect yourself, as well as buying PCs with StarForge PC. If you want a great pre-built PC, hit up StarForge PCs. All the links are in the description down below for you guys to enjoy. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Now let's get into what you've been playing, Jay. What you've been playing?
So I finally beat Cocoon.
Yes,
and
nice.
That, like I said last week, that game is just insane with the amount of puzzles that they throw at you. But it's like I said, you're able to do them if you're able to like understand the concept of like jumping in different worlds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But did you know that there is actually a secret ending
in Cocoon?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes, there is a secret ending, and I just so happened to figure it out because, well, I didn't figure it out on my own. I had to use a guide. But I accidentally...
No, you figured it out.
I figured it out. I accidentally... Because, it has to do with when you get those little yellow orb things.
Okay.
So when you do that, you have to put it in like the order of the symbols. You have to look around the environment to give you clues on like what order you're supposed to do it in, and then once you put it in right, it unlocks and whatever. Okay. There was one point where I accidentally did it wrong, and I did it wrong multiple times, not really like paying attention. And before we continue, Brother Tay is here. I didn't think you were gonna join that quickly.
My brother, I walk fast.
You walk fast. You sprinted over here.
No, I was walking. I took my time. I was singing songs and everything.
Well, let me edit the stream first, real quick.
Go ahead.
There we go.
Perfect.
Wait, hold on. What's going on?
Well, while he does that, let me tell you.
All right, go ahead.
I decided to rehatch a new passion, my old passion, the Mario Kart this week.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, I decided to go back and claim all my 3 golden stars on every Grand Prix possible, starting with the new ones on 50.
Ooh.
Are you playing on Mario Kart 8? Yeah, the one for the Switch. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome. I got all the Grand Prix, so screw it. Might as well complete a new Grand Prix. Try to reclaim my.
Wait, you have all the DLC, right?
Yeah, I got all the DLCs.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, there's more tracks that they added over the years.
I'm aware. I stopped playing after the new track to be online ranked anymore, so I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So are you playing like the ranked stuff now? No, I have to complete all of them. I just started on 50. So I've gotten 5 of them completed on 50, so I've done 7, so about 5 more to go. And then it's 100, 150, mirror, and then 200. Oh, good luck.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. I've done it before. The computers will just beat my ass full.
What I was saying before though, before you joined in, I feel like I mentioned it before when you were here last that I was playing Cocoon. Yeah. And I finally beat it, and I was talking to Zay about the secret ending that's in there that I happened to stumble upon, because there's a certain area where you're supposed to type in, or like I guess not type in, but you like go over certain symbols to unlock a certain item in the game, or yeah, I guess it's an item. So I accidentally put in the wrong code multiple times, but something started happening on the screen, and it was like literally like the light went dark, and then like from those little pillars that you run into to put in the code, like beams of light came up, and then like it like did like a whole little animation and then disappeared, and I was like, what the heck was that? And like I looked it up, and apparently that's part of the secret ending, and I figured it out by accident. Right. So I looked into it, and yeah, there's a secret ending thing, and it involves putting in a code, like 3 different codes on each of those places where you get those the little glowing orb thing. So
nice. I always like finding and stumbling upon like secret endings. That's cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I won't spoil it for anybody who wants to try it out for themselves, but it's
no spoilers.
It's pretty cool if you paid attention to like the little bit of story that the game has. It doesn't tell you exactly what's going on, but you kind of figure it out as you go. It's pretty cool. I'm glad I figured it out by accident. But yeah, so I was playing that. I finally beat it. I moved on to Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Nice.
So I've been starting that, and obviously I've still been playing the WWE game. But I also started Hellblade II, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. I didn't get a lot into it because we were just talking before, like I've just been exhausted this week. Like literally as soon as I come home, I like crashed. Like I played 1 hour and then like, not because the game was boring, but it's just like I was so exhausted. Like I had to stop and go to sleep. But okay. I do plan on playing more this weekend. It's a long weekend this weekend, and I'm actually off for a change. So I got all 3 days.
Oh, nice. So,
I mean, I don't need all 3 days to complete Hellblade, but I will.
You need more, apparently.
I will spend. Hey, listen. I will spend my time completing that over the weekend.
Very good.
What you been playing today?
I've been playing. All right, so me and my group on Xbox, my friends Ron and Brer, we played and beat Remnant 2 finally. That last boss was ridiculously hard. But we did it. We beat the game. It was a lot of fun. I also purchased, which I didn't mention last week because I wanted to see if I would beat it before we started this podcast. But I played Tales of Kinzara, Zao, which is the indie game that they showcased on the Game Awards by the African creator, the game that he made for his father. Mm-hmm. I purchased that and played it. It was fantastic. It's sort of like a Prince of Persia Ori style game. Mm-hmm. A lot of platforming, jumping around, combat. It's really fun. Really good story. Very emotional. You can really tell they put a lot of work into just the cultural references and just the embodiment of grief and dealing with grief. So it was a really good game. I really enjoyed it. So I played and beat that. Yeah.
I wish I heard most of that. My computer started to act up.
Wow.
It literally just let you know, brother, just for you, Producer J, it switched the output on my headphones to my microphone.
What?
That's so weird.
I was like, literally, Brother Zay was like explaining the game. I'm like, oh, this sounds cool, and then it went mute. I was like, what's going on? And I was like, output switch to microphone. I was like, you son of a bitch.
That's weird.
Just go be tripping. So I've been playing. I finished that, played that. It was great. And I obviously started Hellblade 2 because you see my gameplay. I downloaded both on my PC and my Xbox, and I started on my Xbox. So far, so good. We'll get into it a little bit later. What I really think about the game. But I was really surprised though because I like turned it off on my Xbox and then I started recording on my PC and it saved some of my stuff. So I was a Play Anywhere title, which is really great. Yeah. So you could probably pick it up on your ROG Ally.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I was just like, I want to be able to experience this at the full fidelity.
Yeah.
So I don't want any compromises.
I agree with you 100%, but I just thought the fact that it was like a Play Anywhere title was really like a really plus for Game Pass members, you know? But yeah, it
Oh,
was.
so you played on PC, right?
Yep, on the
How
Xbox.
and how was it like the
Performance
like 'cause,
wise,
yeah, the performance because you got a, like what like a 4080 or something like
I have a
that?
4070.
4070.
Uh, honestly, I bumped it up to 60 frames. There were no stutters. And everything looked
Wow.
really good. I got it all on high settings, so no tearing, no crashing. Like everything was
Nice.
great. They really did a good job with the optimization with it.
That's good.
I don't think I saw any like dips, although it could have happened, but I was just too amazed. The game looks absolutely freaking fantastic. It's
Yeah.
probably the best looking game I've ever seen that's ever come out.
Yeah.
Ever. Ever.
That's they definitely pushed the Unreal Engine 5 to its absolute limits. And I think now it's gonna be telling for when like other games start using it. And
Yeah.
I mean, other games have used it, but they never like pushed it this far. And I feel like now, the Coalition, who's supposedly gonna be announcing Gears 6 soon, they're gonna have to really like show off what they can do because they're supposedly the studio that developers go to for help in regards to the Unreal Engine 5 because a lot of them are former Epic employees. So yeah, we'll see more about like how the Unreal Engine looks, but I honestly I feel like it's gonna be hard to top this one.
Visually speaking, it's absolutely
Visually, yeah,
you can't visually the audio quality, it's absolutely insane. They really did a fantastic job at Ninja Theory. So I mean that's what I've been playing. I've been playing all those games. And we're starting up actually because we finished Baldur's Gate 3. That was our Sunday game for a while. So on this Sunday we're gonna start Divinity Original Sin 2, which is another Larian Studios game.
Oh
So
yeah,
I can't wait to start that. It will be my first.
that's also co-op, right?
Yes. My group who I played Baldur's Gate 3 with, Brea and Ron. They're gonna walk me through the world of Divinity Original Sin because they played and beat part 1, and now I'm joining them for part 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so we're gonna start that this Sunday. I can't wait for that.
Cool beans.
Yeah. All right. I guess we could jump right into the news. We don't have too much to speak up today, but we have some stuff. We have some stuff here.
Yeah.
Let's get into IGN. IGN is out here scooping up a lot of different things. They're scooping up a lot of different parts of the entertainment industry. They brought Eurogamer, Rock Paper Shotgun, and plenty more. So apparently they're buying a lot of these online websites that do gaming journalism. Includes Games Industry Biz, Eurogamer. We talked about Rock Paper Shotgun, VG 24/7, and a tabletop site called Dicebreaker. So this came out of nowhere. No, I wasn't even thinking about IGN trying to buy anything. I thought they were actually, going down in business, but apparently they have enough money to just keep buying stuff, and they're out there buying everybody. And now all these portfolios, now all these I guess websites and sites are now part of IGN. But it does come with a downside because immediately after they announced this, they're talking about how they're gonna be cutting redundancies across the board.
Right.
So they're buying stuff and then hacking and slashing.
Yeah, and it sucks because like I remember one time when I thought IGN was the go-to for like gaming news.
Yeah.
And now it just seems like I don't know, like they're just all over the place. Like it seems like they're very like trying to go, well, maybe not as full force as like a Kotaku, but they're trying to be like super edgy and like clickbaity and stuff like that. And it's like, especially like on social media, like if you look at their Twitter, like clearly they're trying to like pull some agenda or they're just trying to like sway the audience to believe a certain thing or whatever the case may be. But it's like they've fallen pretty far from like where they used to be, and now to see them like gobbling up other news sites, other gaming news sites, like so wholesale. Like if it was like one or two sites, then like whatever. But it's like a whole freaking like network of
Yeah.
sites, even including like Digital Foundry. Digital Foundry is an IGN property now because they were under Eurogamer. Of course had to come out and say like there's nothing really changing about us. We're just gonna be under a new parent company. But still, it's just like that's crazy to think about. Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens, but obviously, like you said, with the layoffs and redundancies, like it's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, it was reported at the time that they bought all these companies. It was already reported that nobody knows exactly how much was spent, and that some redundancies will be taken away. So they're already looking to cut jobs. Nobody knows how many workers will be affected, who will be affected, or anything. And I'm glad you mentioned Digital Foundry, because not just Digital Foundry, but also Nintendo Life is part of that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot. IGN is out here trying to get all the Infinity Stones of news sites.
Yeah, apparently, and it's so weird. I don't know, and I'm more worried about just like I said, the whole IGN trying to be freaking edgelords, and I wonder. I hope not, but I wonder if that'll start trickling into those other sites too, because they gotta push those clicks, and they gotta do what they gotta do. So I don't want it to ruin the integrity of all these sites now, and it's like the whole point of having a variety of different sites is to have a variety of different opinions. Like you don't agree with what IGN says, you can go to Eurogamer, or you can go to all these other sites that they own, and you would usually have a differing opinion. But now, like, I wonder, you would think it wouldn't change. Like that's too like on the nose with it, but I don't know. Maybe it will change. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to wait and see, or what stems from these. How many people end up being fired from it? Because we all know that's gonna happen.
I will say that a lot of because I follow some like IGN people like Destin Legary and Ryan McCaffrey. They've been whisper silent about all this. Like they have not said anything because probably they can't. But still, it's just like
they probably don't even have any information to say anyway.
Or like just give thoughts about it. Well, maybe they can't. Maybe they don't like it and they just can't say. They can't talk
that's
about
who they work for, right?
Yeah. So
they're protecting their own self.
Exactly.
I mean, it is what it is, I never I think it was after like 2012. I never really trusted IGN with their antics, how they portrayed themselves. So I always tried to find others, and we did for a while. But now with this, it's like, they're gobbling up so much, literally so much of the industry where we get our news. It's like
that's another thing too. I don't like the idea of like the majority of opinions coming from essentially the same place. And I like all these sites they're also like on like Metacritic and stuff like that. So it's just like, does that get consolidated? Do they start changing names of like, are they gonna just be under the IGN umbrella, or just like they're all just gonna be known as IGN? Because I know it's happened before. I remember a site I used to go to all the time. It's called Joystick, and that was like my go-to place. Like I all their reviews, like everything, their news, I used to go there every day. And then they got bought out by I don't know what the parent company. It's the same parent company as Games Radar, and they essentially turned into another Games Radar site. It was like Games Radar Plus or something like that. And I was just like, that sucks. Like I don't want that. So I mean, we'll see. I hope that doesn't happen.
We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, this is literally this happened.
It just happened, yeah.
Yeah, it just happened. So we have to just wait and see how it plays out in the news industry, the gaming news industry. For for what it is, because it's rough out there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we got more acquisitions, this time by Nintendo. Nintendo purchased Shiver Entertainment, which is the company that they port their games. So Hogwarts Legacy was ported by them, and as well as
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 1 was ported to the Switch by Shiver Entertainment. So I guess they bought it from Embracer. We all know
Yeah.
Embracer is going through some troubles. We've talked about it before in the podcast.
Yeah.
So they brought Shiver from Embracer. I guess it's sort of just like their way to have them under one house instead of having to like partner with a different company. Now they could just use them whenever because they're part of Nintendo.
Yeah. I mean, this is interesting because Nintendo really doesn't do acquisitions. They're always like in-house. Everything is in-house, and maybe they'll co-publish a game or like publish from a third party, like they've done with Platinum Games before. But it's just interesting to see them acquire a studio. I mean, I'm assuming that they're just gonna be doing that, like ports of games to Switch, just so that way they can do that in house instead of having it outsourced or having the third party publisher do it.
Yeah.
But I also wonder if maybe this is also a way to kind of prepare for the Switch 2, and they can, because so Nintendo does know how to do like backwards compatibility, but I don't think they've done like upgrade. So like a game like GameCube games can play on the Wii, but it's the same game. It's not upgraded in any way. And the same thing with Wii games on the Wii U. Like I don't believe they're just Wii games playing on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this could be preemptive, so that way once the Switch 2 or Switch Pro comes out, they can upgrade their games and have them do the ports essentially. So that way, once like a Breath of the Wild, like you can get that Breath of the Wild Pro or something, like whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And then they'll run at 60 frames per second, 4K and stuff like that. So that way they can have that set and ready to go once the Switch 2 decides to come out.
Honestly, I mean, that sounds good. It sounds like what they'll be using it for. Personally, I don't think this was a good idea.
Really?
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy and Mortal Kombat 1 ports were absolutely terrible.
Well, that's because of the Switch. Like, they're porting like current gen games to 2-year-old tech.
It was still bad ports. They were really, really bad ports. I get it, you know, it's modern day gaming.
I said 2-year-old, I meant 2 generation.
2 gen, yeah. Yeah, I get it. You know, it's they're porting it from modern day to older tech, and I guess it will be hard, but like it was really bad. Like especially the Mortal Kombat 1 port, it was absolutely ridiculous.
No, it was really bad. I mean,
really bad.
It's functional. Like, see, all right, you gotta think too. I mean, granted, Mortal Kombat is probably like not a good example, but the audience for the Switch are younger, so and if you're already buying a game like that for the Switch, you're already accepting the sacrifice of graphics. Like, honestly, I'm being honest.
I know, but it's funny to think.
It's the truth though. Like, who goes into like the store and is like, you know what game I want for the Switch? Mortal Kombat. Like, I mean, granted, Mortal Kombat used to be on a Nintendo system, but it's like that hasn't been a thing for I don't even know how long. Was it even on the Wii U?
You telling me that you wouldn't play Mortal Kombat on the Switch? Because I would.
Well, I mean, no. I wouldn't. But
carry it around, lazy do combos.
No, but that's also what I'm saying. It's like the audience for that are already making concessions by playing on the Switch. Like, it sounds harsh, but it's the truth. Like, people who play on the Switch know that it's not going to perform at the level of like an Xbox or PlayStation. So it doesn't really matter what the game looks like as long as it functions and that's the main point. And I think even though it looked like shit, it still functioned. So
It did. It worked.
yeah.
It did work. However, bad it was, it did work. So I guess in that sense, you're right.
Well,
But-
I mean, we'll see what it actually, because I mean, we don't know. We're just guessing.
Yeah, we're speculating here.
Yeah.
We're speculating. I was just teasing, but I really feel like it wasn't a great buy for them. But we'll
They could have done better. Honestly, there's other studios that they could have bought. Did Sony buy Blue Point? I remember that was like rumored. Blue Point, they hold on, let me look it up. Blue Point
What's Blue Point
Games. It's Blue Point Games. They've done a whole bunch of ports and like remasters and stuff like that. Okay, so wait. Subsidiary of what company? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. PlayStation did buy them. So never mind.
Yeah.
Carry on.
It's just
I was gonna say that they would have been a good acquisition, but too late.
no, yeah, it's too late. It's funny though. We're talking about acquisitions and partnerships. We'll mention briefly how they're making a Legend of Zelda movie. It's gonna be live action, and Legendary Entertainment is not gonna be the one who's making the movie. It's actually gonna be Sony Entertainment. So
Yeah.
Sony is helping Nintendo make a movie, a live action movie, which is kind of weird because you would think
is
they would
weird.
go with Legendary Entertainment since they already have a partnership because they already did Mario with them. It's a very odd choice.
I think you know what
And
with
no
this whole thing.
partners?
What's that?
I was like, maybe get a new partnership going. Monopoly
Maybe.
thing. Yeah.
I mean,
But-
Sony does movies well. They have a big production staff over there. So for
I
movies-
think it's different for like movie studios because like they collaborate all the time. Like I mean, Sony collaborates with Marvel and Disney for the Spider-Man stuff. So it's not crazy to hear about.
Yeah.
It's just a little weird, like coming from like the gaming side because at least in the past, like Sony and Nintendo were like at each other's throats.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an interesting
Yeah.
partnership.
I just thought I'd mention this since we're talking about Nintendo partnering up and with other companies. This is one that was just out there. For their movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what. Let's get into a little bit of Hellblade 2. And talk about our thoughts on the game as well as the reviews that came out for it and sort of the discourse behind it. So Hellblade 2 came out on Tuesday, and I wasn't able to get into it until like Wednesday night. And I played the first 2 chapters of the game twice because we started on the Xbox and then I recorded for the podcast on the PC. So I played the same thing twice. I can't wait to get back into it. First of all, the game is, like we said, absolutely visually fantastic. The audio quality is bar none. The binary audio that they use to create the the feeling of being or having psychosis. It's absolutely insane what they did. The motion capture, the performance that I think it's Melina Jergis who does the motion capture for Senua. She does an absolutely fantastic job. This game is, from what I played so far, between the combat, the visuals, even the little puzzles, because they scaled back the puzzles from part 1. I guess that was one of the big critics about Hellblade. The first one was how like the puzzles were a little bit too much. So they scaled it back a little bit, and I felt like it fits perfectly with this world. So far, the story is crazy. It's really good. And I can't wait to finish this game to jump back in so I can continue playing because I'm just looking forward to getting through this game. So far, so good. I haven't finished it yet, so I won't give it like an actual rating. But we will talk about the the ratings that we've been seeing online and the discourse, because a lot of places are giving it negative reviews simply because it's not on the PlayStation like the first one was. And yeah, it's kind of like well, it's a lot of people are even saying, oh, because it's done by Xbox, there was brought by Xbox, so it can't live up to its full potential. Which is, at that point, if you're bringing up who made, like, the company that owns said company to who made the game, like, your reviews got to be sort of invalid. Like, you don't even care about the game at all. Why even bring that up? It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, play the game. If you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't like it for valid reasons, okay, that's, have your opinion. But don't say, I didn't like it because Xbox owns it. It doesn't make sense to me.
So the whole, like, review stuff, I mean, this game has been very polarizing. And I think the main point is that reviewers, they tend to, and I mean, I don't fault them for this because this game has been in development for so long. Granted, a lot of it was due to COVID and the shutdowns, and this game is very mocap, like, heavy. So they couldn't record, or they couldn't, like, film, like, the mocap sequences. So it's like, you can't do it if there's a shutdown or whatever. So that's what led to a lot of, like, the delay and stuff like that. Because I think technically it started in 2019, but because of the shutdown, it was, like, indefinitely paused until, like, sometime in 2021. So that played a factor into the release. But I think it taking so long, it made people believe it was going to be something more than what it was. And I think they probably expected more from it. And I mean, I've seen comparisons to, like, oh, it's probably going to be like a God of War type game. And I mean, I don't know why they had those expectations, but I think it was just because, like, oh, like, Hellblade 1 was so great, and now you got the higher budget, and it's going to Unreal Engine 5 and this and that. Like, I think expectations were very high. And that's also why, when I think, like, a few months ago, Ninja Theory came out and said, like, this is mostly gonna be as long as the first one. It's gonna be $40, or is it 40 or 50?
40?
I think it's 40.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be less than what games cost now, which is like 70. Because it's a shorter experience. They tempered everybody's expectations, but I think people would just, like, they misunderstood what this game was supposed to be, and I think they were leaning more towards what they wanted it to be rather than what it actually is. And I feel like that's been something that's plagued a lot of reviews in general, that a lot of people, they judge these games on what they want it to be rather than what it is. And I think this is, like, the perfect example, where it's like a lot of people wanted it to be this grandiose AAA action game set in, like, the Norse mythology and stuff like that, and they wanted it to be, like, bigger and better and stuff like that. Which, I mean, I get from, like, oh, it's a sequel, you want it to be bigger and better. But with Hellblade, like, basically Xbox went to Ninja Theory and said, hey, we bought you. We loved Hellblade. Just do that. Do it again, but with better graphics, obviously. Yeah. And that's what they did. That's literally what they did. They made essentially another Hellblade game, and I think a lot of people seem upset about that.
No, fuck that. I'll let you talk for too long. You've been too nice. Fuck that.
I mean,
no. Fuck that. No. We're going back.
I mean, what happened?
You're breaking in and out.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you said you were having audio issues.
I did. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Fuck that. If your excuse is this game isn't as good because it wasn't on PlayStation, get your shit together. Get your shit together. Nah. Producer J is being too nice. He's like, all expectations? Nah, you stupid. What do you mean? You want
I'm
me and
trying to be
brother?
diplomatic.
Nah, fuck that diplomatic. You have pissed me off. Because I'm the one that's supposed to be the joker, like, oh, it would have been better if it was on Nintendo and things like that. I can pretend to be fanboys, all this stuff. Don't be dumb. You're a reviewer for a reason. Your
Yeah.
review, you can't. If you are used to review a game and people trust your sources, you cannot be like, no, man, it'd have been better, if PlayStation was doing it. Like, no, that's the same thing as I can't come on here and be like, man, a crab game is good, but it'd been better if it was on Xbox. No, it's just a good game. Don't worry about what is on. It works
Yeah.
for what it works with.
Yeah. I mean, there was
Oh.
even graphics of the same people who reviewed Hellblade 2, who reviewed Hellblade 1, also reviewed Hellblade 2. They gave Hellblade 1 like 90s, 91s, even high 85 and 87s for Hellblade 1, but Hellblade 2 they gave him 60s, 70s.
That doesn't make any sense. If your complaint of the time was that, oh, I like this game, but the puzzles are too much, and they answer your criticism by making the game just as fun and reducing the difficulty of the puzzle, so you're not stuck at a puzzle every 3 hours, that means that should be the same score. It might be higher. Don't move the goalpost because of a different manufacturer. Cheating. Don't do that.
Yeah, I think, and what I've noticed too, and what really pissed me off, was a lot of the reviewers, or maybe not even reviewers, but just the opinions of people who played this game and said, "Oh, this is trash." They never even played the first game, so they were judging the game and saying it was trash when they didn't even play the first game, or they didn't like the first game. If it's okay if you didn't like the first game, you're not gonna like this one, but like. Yeah. That's what it is. Like, you didn't. It's not for you. It's not your game. Like, it's okay to not like this game if you didn't like the first one, but don't try and paint it as like, oh, like it's just bad. Like, no, you just don't like it.
Yeah, just paint it as like, look, it's not my taste anymore. Like, if you reviewed it and was like, I like it, and you play it again, but like, you know what, the game is like, it's just not my cup of tea anymore. That just means your taste changed. That's
exactly.
Fine. Exactly. You don't eat the same things you don't eat the same things you eat when you was 10 now, when you hit 20.
I do.
And you don't play the same games that you played. It's because, you know what YouTube problems are. Now.
we got kids.
Exactly. Well, you got kids. There's a difference.
But
like, for your free time, you wouldn't be eating cotton candy every day like you would if you were a child.
Well, I probably can't.
Well, that's the difference. Like, your lifestyle and your tastes has changed. We can't play the same video games and enjoy it the way we did when we was 10.
That's, you know what? Actually, that's a very good point, because like one of the things that I appreciate is that I don't have to like freaking be a tryhard to play this game. Like, I don't have to be a sweat. I don't have to like dedicate a whole freaking like my entire night just to play a little bit of it. Like, I can sit back and let a lot of people describe it as like an experience, and I think a lot of times we get caught up in like the whole like all this like open world and side quests and like all this stuff, and like people expect that stuff because that's the norm these days. But it's like, it's nice to have a game that doesn't do that, that does what they wanted to do. Like, there's no compromises in the vision of the developer. They made the game they wanted to make. Yeah. And I appreciate that, and that's why like I want to play the rest of it too. And I think I was listening to the kind of funny review earlier today, and Snowbike Mike, he's fantastic. I love him, man. But he made a really good point, because the two of the other co-hosts, because there was 4 of them, 2 of them liked the game and 2 of them didn't like the game. And the 2 that didn't like the game, they were basically saying like, they were going back to the whole like, oh, where is Xbox's win? Like, it always goes, every Xbox game, it always like why is it not a win? Like, when is Xbox gonna get a win and stuff like that? Where it's like, how is this not a win? Like, they basically they acquired Ninja Theory, told them to make Hellblade 2 like the same way they make the first one, but more prettier and with like more fidelity and better graphics and stuff like that. And that's what they did. And how is that not a win? Like he basically put it down. It's like, if this is not a win to you, then just have them make another Fortnite, have them make another Call of Duty. Like, why are they wasting their time? Like, if that's what you're telling them, then that's what they're gonna do. But don't try and say like all these developers need to be more creative and they need to be more like risky and do against, like, go against the grain and stop catering to the lowest common denominator. But then you complain when they do that as well. So it's like, what do you want from them? Like, this is like the perfect example of no compromise. There's no microtransactions. There's no just like dull open worlds. There's no season passes. There's no loot boxes. Like, what is it that not to like about this game?
There you go. There it is. That's the true nature right there.
That's their main problem. It's not on PlayStation. No. Because if this came out as a PlayStation exclusive, you bet your ass it would have been all over everywhere. Oh, best game of the century. Look how great the technology is. How PlayStation is pushing forward in making the best looking games ever. Because that's what this is. This is literally the best looking game that is ever created ever. In all of history, this is the best looking game. These people at Ninja Theory took gaming and elevated even the best looking game on PlayStation, which some people would say would be Horizon Forbidden West. It still doesn't even come close to what a Hellblade 2 is. Okay, if this was on PlayStation, it would be a modern marvel. They will look at this as an art piece, and it will be put on this pedestal for everybody to try and reach what Ninja Theory has reached. That's what it would be, but it's not. So they're criticizing it, and that's what I take away according to all the negative reviews that are out there for this game. Because the positive reviews are mixed between 85 and 90s, like right in that range of their reviews.
Not only that, but the positive reviews are the majority. Like, it's like, what, 75% are positive reviews? So it's like, I don't get it.
Yeah. So it's just, it's rough to sit here and just allow the negative reviews to take over the sort of news cycle about this game, because the game is fantastic. Like I said, the combat has improved significantly from the first one. The puzzles weren't hard. They were just too much. It was too much. It felt like busy work from the first game. And now it's not really busy work. They get on with the story. It's like, here's a puzzle. You do it. You're on with the story. You're getting to fights. So it feels more fluid in the second game. So, I mean, like you said, they did everything right. It's a single-player narrative game. No microtransactions. You know, it's actually cheaper than the $70 standard that's been out there. And it's so well done. The acting, the voice acting, the audio, the visuals. What more could people want? And if you can't sit here and enjoy Hellblade 2 with how it is, there's no pleasing you.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
Honestly, there's, I mean, the fact that it's on Game Pass, like, there's no reason for you to, like, not try it. Like, you can get Game Pass for like $1, like for 14 days or something like that. So there's no reason why you can't just try it yourself.
There's just none. People, they just don't want to do it.
They just want to hate. That's what it is. Haters gonna hate. They want to reach Kendrick Lamar's level.
They can't reach it.
They can't. They want to, but they can't.
Y'all don't hate enough. You have to, before you get to that level, you have to accept that you don't hate enough for it. That's the only way you can go up the levels. They don't hate like I hate.
Oh man, that's funny. So I hope people can not listen to the reviews. Go try it out for yourself. Like you said, it's on Game Pass. Give it a try. If you like it, you like it. The first one's also on Game Pass too. You can also play that one.
Yeah.
The game is fantastic. Make sure you wear headphones so you can get the 100% full experience. I know you're watching it right now, and you're sort of just watching me play. You're not really getting that full experience. You're not hearing the things that are going on in her mind that you hear in the headphones.
Brother Zay, hold on. Can I say? Brother Zay, you see the screen? You see the screen? You like what you see? Go try it. It's pretty.
Hey, there you go.
It is.
You think you're going to like it? Try it. It's $1.
There was a few times
you.
where I just stopped and looked. I was like, damn, this game looks good.
You see how he's memorized by the scenery? You too can look like that. Buy it. It's $1. Try it. It doesn't hurt you. You won't need that $1. I promise you. It's the only thing you're going to get for $1 now these days.
Facts. Go give it a try. All right, let's get into some rumors. And this is, when we say rumors with a big R, because this thing is not true.
Oh yeah.
There was a rumor that came out, I think it was yesterday, that Microsoft is ready to buy a Valve and Steam for $16 billion.
Jesus.
And
way too low.
So 16
no
billion?
way.
Yeah, 16 billion is too low. I mean, the market valuation of Valve is 8 billion. They make 10 billion every year, so
yeah,
I don't sell for 16 billion, you know what I'm saying?
I don't get that. I don't get that whole like evaluation when they have Steam. Like that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know either. But either way, the rumor is just so ridiculous we had to talk about it because it's been going around. And the rumor stems also from when I think it was Phil Spencer who said they wanted to put other stores on the next Xbox, like Epic Games and stuff. So it sort of like stems from that. They're trying to make up these lies and acquisitions to try and push the narrative that Microsoft is going to buy Valve. First of all, the regulators will not allow this.
Yeah, absolutely not.
They will not allow this. They didn't even want to allow ABK. They would definitely not allow Xbox to buy a whole nother company that has the biggest storefront in PC gaming.
And it's a competitor. Like literally, they're like direct competitor because Windows is like they have the Windows Store that sells games. So it's like no.
Nobody buys games on the Windows Store.
Well, no. I only buy. Well, I don't buy from Windows Store. The only games I have that are on Windows Store are the Play Anywhere games, which is not a lot. But
yeah, no, yeah. So this is definitely not gonna happen. This rumor is completely false.
BS.
Yeah, complete bullshit.
Should have gotten Left 4 Dead 3.
I know, yo. Hey, I mean. Like they got State of Decay 3. They just changed it to Left 4 Dead.
Wow.
It's not the same.
No, it's not.
It's not.
We could have had a Portal. Fuck.
Portal 3.
Oh my god.
I can finally count to 3.
Look, we were like the best we can get is maybe Portal and Left 4 Dead. We're never gonna get a Half-Life.
No Half-Life.
I give it a long time ago.
That's literally like the last game. I remember there was like a bunch of games that were just like. No, actually, no. The other one is Beyond Good and Evil 2. Because there was like a bunch of games at one point where it's just like, this game is never going to come out. And I think the other one was like Kingdom Hearts 3. And then that came out.
Yo.
So, now they're making a 4. But, yeah, no, Half-Life 3 is not happening. They made a Half-Life Alyx, which is a VR game. I could technically play it because I have a MetaQuest, so
you do it. I don't care.
I'm not playing it. No.
Yeah. So this rumor is moot. No, we're not.
Yeah,
it's definitely not gonna buy Steam.
It's not happen.
They have a partnership with them. They work together when it comes to releasing games, day and date on Xbox and PC. So they're not buying each other. They're just gonna keep working with each other and doing what's best for the consumer. That's it.
Yeah. Nothing more to say about that.
Yeah, definitely not. And you know what? We're gonna talk a little bit. Is this the last bit of news we have? We're talking a little bit about Call of Duty Black Ops because it's been official. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Gulf War.
No, there's no. They didn't say Gulf War.
No, they just said Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah,
it was rumored to be Gulf War.
That's true. So Gulf War is now Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and there's been a lot of leaks and sort of like teasers that are coming out of little clips and videos that you could find on the internet, on Twitter, all over the place about this game. And so far, we do know it's definitely coming to PS5, Xbox, and PCs. We do not know if it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One. That has not been confirmed.
I hope not.
It's not.
I hope not either. It will sort of drive a wedge in the player count because there are a lot of people who didn't upgrade yet. So this, between Call of Duty and GTA 6, it will push people to actually get a new console. We are 4 or 5 years into this current generation. It's time, people. It's time. If you don't have a Xbox, a Series console, or a PS5, or even a PC, jump in. It's time, because these new games coming out from here on in, beyond the old generation.
Mm-hmm.
And
that means you say.
It's not that. It's like, I'm tired. Like, I don't play games. I don't play games enough anyway at this point. That isn't fun.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Well, this little teaser that they came out with, Call of Duty, had a screenshot, and the screenshot was blurry, but everybody noticed a year that they posted, and the year that they posted was 2001. And a lot of the leaks have been showing New York City, and if everybody knows what happened in New York City in 2001, if sort of leaks and what we can think about is true, I absolutely cannot wait for this game.
Yeah, there's like, so the whole like premise of like Black Ops is like, oh, like government, like secrecy and spies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that, and if you look at the teasers that they've been showing because there's like a website, it's called The Truth Is a Lie or something like that.
Yeah.
And basically they had little like bands on the not Mount Everest,
Mount Rushmore
over the president's faces and stuff like that. It's basically like a activist type group that you're assuming you're gonna be playing as. But if they're gonna dive deep into like the conspiracy theory aspect of, let's just say it, 9/11, because that's the most significant thing that happened in 2001. That's gonna be crazy, and it's just like that's really like pushing the boundaries of what is considered acceptable, at least from like an American perspective.
I mean, they've dived deep into like crazy things before. I mean, past Call of Duty's nukes have gone off. Nuclear bombs have gone off. They had for Modern Warfare, where you would literally walk into the airport and kill civilians. They've had even the other Black Ops where they showed Mason, who was sort of like under their control, kill Kennedy, so they have taken liberties with actual events that happened in history and sort of used it to make Call of Duties. If I boot up in November, if I boot up Call of Duty and I see a plane hit the Twin Towers, it's gonna be mind blowing. All right, this is me as a New Yorker. I really do want this to happen in the game. I want to see it happen in the game.
It sounds weird though.
It sounds crazy. It sounds absolutely insane.
I want this to happen. It's like,
I mean, they've taken history and done what they've done in the games, and they've put it toward a Call of Duty game. And as crazy as it is, I want to see it happen. I want to see them push the boundaries. I want to see people get pissed off. I want to see people talk about, I don't want to play this game, boycott this game, because it happens all the time. I kind of want this to happen.
This definitely
want it to happen.
This definitely has the potential to be like one of the most controversial Call of Duties in a long time. Like you said, with the whole airport thing, no Russian. Yeah, like that was controversial at the time. Like you're literally shooting at civilians, and
you are the character shooting civilians. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it would be really interesting to see. I'm very curious on how they're gonna tie it, if they do, because we don't know. This is all just rumors.
Rumors, speculation. Something that we apparently my sick self wants to see.
If they do tie it into the game, though, I do want to know how far they're gonna push it.
Yeah,
because like it's one thing to be like, oh, you're recreating like a significant moment in history and stuff like that, but this is diving into like the behind the scenes stuff. A lot of the like what people have been talking about like for a decade. Like they've been talking about like, oh, this is an inside job and stuff like that. And it's like,
you're going that route. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like, how far do they take this?
I didn't think of it like that.
They could go that way. They could go that way.
So all right, I see how you're coming from it. You're coming about them making an inside job, right?
I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm saying, if they were to go that route, that would be insane. Because I don't know how to feel about that.
What I thought that they could do, because they have obviously a political activist movement going on in the game. What I think that they could do is terrorists would hijack this political activist and use it as a way to get into the World Trade Center and or the airports to take over the airplanes that would fly into the World Trade Center. I think that will be...
Well, so, okay, one of the things... I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
So, like, one of the things, at least with, like, the Black Ops version or the Black Ops series of like Call of Duty games, they've always painted, like, America as kind of like, or at least the American government as the enemy.
Oh, definitely.
So that's why, like, I don't think... And then Modern Warfare is always, like, the opposite. At least, well... Maybe not the most recent one, but I feel like maybe like the first two, they've painted like all of America's good guys, stuff like that. And it's like, I feel like if it, because it's Black Ops, I don't want them to kind of like basically become propaganda for American government and stuff like that. Like, I want them to be like, if they're gonna go this route, like they need to be like, go all the way with it. Don't try and like sugarcoat and say, oh, it was actually terrorists. Like, no, if they're going to say it's the government, just say it's the government.
I mean, if that's the spotlight, might as well screw it, right?
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah,
they have a direct from that's going to happen right after the showcase, which is, I can't believe it's only like a little bit over 2 weeks. Like, I can't, like, time is just passing by.
Fast.
Yeah.
It's moving fast. What is it? Like, it's literally like 3 Sundays away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 3 Sundays away for the showcase, which we will be streaming on Twitch. You can watch us on June 9th, and we will. I believe it will be myself, Brother Matt, Producer J. You'll be there, and Brother Tay, I'll be there. But
I'm like 90% sure.
What is it again? I forgot.
June 9th is the showcase.
I should be there.
Okay, it's happening like around like 3 p.m. Something like that, or 12 p.m. I'll get the exact time. But yeah, we'll be streaming it, and we'll be streaming and watching it live with everybody, and we'll see both the Xbox showcase as well as the Call of Duty Direct afterwards, because this showcase is going to be interesting. And maybe the week before we'll do a
prediction.
Yes, we'll do a prediction show.
Oh, let's go! I'm one. I don't know what I am. Did I win last year?
Well, you won last year for PlayStation. So
yeah, you did.
Maybe you'll do one for Xbox this year.
Well, let's go! I gotta always win. Let's get it popping.
And that's it. That's what we got. Yes, it is a Sunday. Yes, Sunday.
Oh, that should be free. Yeah, I should be there.
Awesome. So we have a full house. We're gonna be rocking out on Twitch. So make sure you guys come and see us. We'll also put.
I will be drinking.
I will be too.
That's gonna be amazing. We'll put on our socials so we can remind everybody the times and where you can watch us, and send out those links. And that's it. What we have for the news.
Right. Yeah. And I guess that'll do it for the show. I was preparing a question. Just in case we didn't have enough time, but I feel like we did good.
How dare you doubt my ability to get pissed off?
No, you You. I was trying to figure out what to say, but it's like it was just not coming out.
I have that ability on people. I understand.
All right. So yeah, that'll do it for us. Remember to like and subscribe. Support our sponsors in the link in the description, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
See you in Canada. Bye.